Breeze, guys. This is where we talk about all kind of crazy stuff going on in the Smash community. Not a lot of tournament to talk about this time around because one of our biggest tournaments of the year has already passed, which means there's that lull between a few tournaments. But something did come out of that tournament. That is Genesis in a safe area, which is in Oakland, as well as we'll be talking about the EVO lineup and the EEAlly interview that was done a couple of days ago by EE. I think it was actually yesterday by EE, and it came out. And you know how we feel about it. So I'm TKbreezy. This is Austy. Austy, how you doing?
I could be better, but you know, we're here in this show, man. Had to deal with some, my girl got stuck in Canada trying to come back to the States, getting a visa, and she wasn't able to come home for a couple days, but it's all resolved now.
Did she not have a visa?
She did, but they gave her a lot of shit. Basically she had a visa, she just got a new job, so she got another visa, and they didn't accept the second visa, and then they erased her first visa, so she just couldn't come back to work. So it was just a fucking mess. That's what I've been dealing with all week, but it's good now, and we're here, and we got Smash now. So
yeah, you know, Smash makes the world go round. I guess, something like that. Who knows, man? Like, all right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our topics, guys. I'll probably throw some Byleth talk in here too, though, because I have been very much enjoying some Byleth play, and I know that character's got, like, every week it's something different. First that character was utter trash, then a couple people won tournaments with it. Now people are kind of looking, but I'm enjoying it. So anyway, before we get into that, though, we're gonna talk about, is Genesis safe now? I know you're probably wondering, like, why are we even talking about Genesis being safe and not? Well, a couple people got their cars broken in. Well, Foe actually got his car broken into, and there's some other shady dealings that happened from Genesis, from a couple people, you know, counting their experiences at Genesis. Now, Genesis is in Oakland. Oakland is, you know, notoriously one of those areas that is, like, known to have, like, a high crime rate and all that good stuff. But Genesis is in, like, a pretty good part of Oakland. It's right next to Chinatown. It's down the street from the Paramount Theater. And, like, yeah, you'll still see stuff that you'll see, like, in any other inner city. You'll still see homeless people. You'll still see probably drugged out people, whatever. But for the most part, I think the area that Genesis is actually one of the better areas to be in Oakland, if anything, if you're going to be in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just about Oakland; it's about the Bay Area. So my consensus on Genesis being safe is, yeah, man, I've definitely ran into some shit that is like, wow, that's kind of weird. But, like, I've also ran into weird shit when I went to what's that? Shine, and that was in Worcester. And, like, that place is in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there's still drug addicts and stuff around. He said he got held up at knife point at Worcester, at Shine, and he just kicked the knife out of dude's hand. I mean, Korean is there, so I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna believe it.
Okay, he had a witness.
Korean was there, bro.
Okay, because this is all okay. What you know, he might have put him up to it. You don't know.
He might have.
He might have just told him.
You know, he said, and like, worse stuff has happened too. Like, he said he got his, like, switch case or his, like, wallet stolen sometime in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
And Vinny lost all of his luggage in Mexico. And I don't see anyone talking about someone. We got to stop hosting Smash Factor. You know, Mexico's a dangerous city. Mexico, it probably is a little dangerous too. But, you know, we've been to seedier and shadier places for Smash. So I don't know why Genesis out of nowhere is the place that everyone is like, I can't believe, like, I walked off the plane and got robbed. Like, that didn't happen to you. Like, that did not happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's really annoying seeing all these people, like, fearing for their safety while also putting themselves in really bad positions, such as being out at 4 a.m. by yourselves in the middle of a place that you don't live. Like, I wouldn't do that anywhere, you know? So I don't know, man. What do you think?
I think a lot of the issues can be, like, the concerns can be valid because it's happened before. Again, it's not happened to them. So, like, but that still doesn't make it that their safety can't be jeopardized or they feel a little bit unsafe about it. But the problem is, like, say Genesis ends up moving because of the concerns, right? You know damn well that venue fee is gonna, like, skyrocket the second they go somewhere else. It's freaking NorCal, you know, the Bay Area. It's gonna get mad expensive. And I think the issue with the location itself is not, like, the vicinity or the hotel or whatever. It's the fact that apparently, I haven't been there, but apparently it's hard to get to food without, like, walking through sketchy areas. I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I mean, I ordered a bunch, so there's
delivery.
Like, you can just get your shit delivered, or you just go to Chinatown. The Chinatown restaurants are literally like a block away going away from what you would consider the seedy area anyway. Because like we would go down about 4 streets, like we were walking toward the Paramount Theater to go to this bar that we kept going to every night. But like if you wanted to get food, you walk the complete opposite way and go to Chinatown and just get like pho and ramen, or JBBQ or KBBQ or CBBQ, if that's even a thing. Who knows?
These smashers are broke though, man. They want to go to like McDonald's.
But they love
or something.
KBBQ. You know this.
Okay, yeah, you got it. You're right.
All right. so like the area in itself, it's still in Oakland, so I get it, but like it's not in the heart of Oakland. Like you're not in and that the thing is, this goes for every town. So I used to live in Baltimore, and I used to frequent DC. Both of those areas have high crime rates, but it's only like certain areas of that area. Like Baltimore still has a bustling nightlife and great great bar. You can go bar hop all over their places. It's just certain streets you shouldn't be at or don't go down unless you live there. And the same thing applies to Oakland, except for I don't think it applies to that area, because like I didn't go down anywhere and thought like, oh man, I am fearing for my life or my safety or whatever. I walked to that bar that we go to almost every night by myself and didn't feel like I was going to get jumped or robbed or anything like that.
Well, Pho wasn't jumped or anything. It was just his car was broken into. So like how?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying though, but people are fearing for their safety in more ways than one. Like if you didn't drive, then your car getting broken into doesn't fucking matter. But I see a lot of people who like didn't drive, obviously, people, the East Coasters who didn't drive, who were talking about, oh, I feared for my safety and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't really.
It could just be the hive mind mentality. They're just kind of
definitely the hive mind mentality.
Jumping on a situation. Like it's very unfortunate that happened to Pho, and it's unfortunate that it's happened in the past. Maybe the staff at Genesis, I don't know, maybe they up security in the parking lot or something, or just like have an extra camera or something so they can at least find out who did it. Like I don't know.
I think that's one of those things where why did your car get broken into? Now I don't want to blame anyone for having their car getting broken into. Like the shit still sucks, but the only time I ever got my car broken into,
you left something out.
I had my GPS up. Like I went into a house party and I left my GPS up in the window, like attached to the thing, so they broke in and took it. But I've never ever had my car broken into any other way, because I always put my stuff either under the seat or straight up out of view. So like I don't know, it's stuff like that. Like you got to be, I get that you're in a car and you want to be safe and whatever and blah blah blah, and you want to like be able to leave stuff out. But if you're in an area where like there's potential for you, or you have high valuables in your car, the best thing that you can always do is either put it in your trunk or put it at least under your seat and out of view. Because there was a million other cars probably next to his, but that was the one that they decided to break into because his stuff was probably out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's rough. Like I feel for Pho. I think getting your car broken into sucks 100%. But I also don't feel for anyone else who's trying to now act like Genesis is like the worst area ever because a couple cars got broken into, and then opting to ask to move it to San Fran. Have you been to San Francisco? That is a homeless mecca. Like you guys will feel even more unsafe. Like you can't go to San Francisco and walk down certain streets without it being lined with homeless people. Like you guys never lived in Hawaii, but like in the morning in Hawaii, the sidewalks were lined with just slugs, where I guess we're like walking, back to the grass or whatever. It'd be like 6 a.m. That's what it looks like in San Francisco, but like in the middle of the night. Like we went to a after party once, and it was just like homeless row. Like it was just like you had to step over them to continue to go to the after party. And I'm like, this is where you guys want to go? You guys are you don't know the fuck you're talking about.
There's literally human feces all over the ground in San Francisco too, because they don't have a law to like prevent that, to prevent people from just taking a shit in public. So like it's just they will not be able to handle like whatever area that ends up going to. And like you said, there's other tournaments out there that have been taking place in unsafe areas as well, and we haven't really batted an eye. But I think with Mexico, even though like all that stuff did happen, the fact that there hasn't been an S tier in Mexico yet, I'm pretty sure. So like, so people don't want to highlight it.
They don't think about it. Yeah.
They don't think about it. Yeah. If a C tier happens and that's worse, or a B tier happens and someone got their stuff stolen, it's not going to be as big of a deal, unfortunately, because people only want to focus on the big tournaments instead of everything else. So I think that's why.
But I mean, even so, like, as you were pointing out, fucking big houses in Detroit. Detroit is notorious for crime as well. Yeah. And I don't really see anyone talking about, oh man, we don't feel safe here. But a lot of these places
in a nice area. It's in a nice area.
Places are getting gentrified. So like, Oakland's in this. I mean, you've never been to Genesis, but Oakland is in the same way, man. I don't feel like I don't see any like gang members around or whatever. And like, I don't feel like everybody who's walking around. I went to the dispensary. It's the nicest dispensary I ever fucking went to. Okay. Like, it was
Word.
I went in there. It was definitely the nicest dispensary I ever went to, man. I don't know. Frostbite. Frostbite. I think it's too cold. I think it's too cold to thug during frostbite. That's the issue.
Nah, dude. Yeah, people are too busy trying to warm up.
Yeah, you can't be a thug in minus 32 degree weather. It's too cold to thug there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, am I saying that like Smash can't be in better places? Of course not. Like, there can definitely be better places for the things to go, but we have to get what we can take, because I know that if we start trying to find those areas that are like have 0% crime rate, everything is great. Not only is the venue fee going to go up, but so will the hotel fee most likely. And then you guys won't go because it's too expensive. So we have to have the happy medium. We find a good part of what is potentially known as a bad city, host it there, and have a great time. Genesis has never, ever, ever made me feel unsafe. And I've been from Genesis 3 now to Genesis 7. I know they swapped locations, but we were in San Jose once, and then we were in Oakland for the rest of the time. And I just never felt unsafe. Never felt unsafe. You know?
Yeah.
It's a common sense thing. I mean, I tweeted about that the other day. I was like, don't put yourself in bad positions, and you probably won't feel unsafe. Now, the food thing, that's definitely an issue. If you don't have enough money to be ordering shit all the time, then, whatever. But there was a restaurant that almost everyone ate in all the time during the event. And then you could also just Grubhub or Uber Eats some shit. So, yeah.
No, I think with, I think people are just blowing out of proportion, in all honesty. Sure. It's, yes, people's cars got broken into, but yeah, I think we touched on that enough.
Yeah, bottom line, man, just be fucking smart and don't go outside.
Don't go out walking around with the Rolex.
Yourself. Yeah, I'm saying, with your Rolex and all your expensive gear on, and put your valuables away or take them inside with you. All right, moving on. We got EVO. So if you guys didn't know, EVO's lineup was announced, and crazy enough, well, not even crazy enough, majorly enough, Smash Ultimate was the first game announced because they had the most entrants last year, and I don't really see why they would not have the most interest this year too. Potentially, there's actually a pretty good lineup today, or for EVO. So this is the lineup that we all have to get going from left to right. We have Under Night and Birth, the new one, CLR or Unicler, Smash Ultimate, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Tekken 7, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Champions, which is more so an invitational, Street Fighter 5, Soul Calibur 6, Grand Blue, and Samurai Showdown. So those are the 9 games that are being played. Obviously, there will probably be like community tournaments as well. Melee did not make it back, but I didn't really think that Melee was going to make it back anyway.
Nah.
They gave Melee like that pretty big send-off video. So, and I think Melee's at a spot right now where I feel like it has its own thing. It doesn't need EVO. It has its own EVO. And I feel like Melee's EVO is usually Genesis and Big House. Like those are two Melee-centric events. And I think that's great for Melee to have a Melee-centric event. The other thing that was missing from this was Mortal Kombat 11, which I'm actually kind of surprised.
I was shocked.
It made it. Yeah, I'm surprised that Sam Show or Soul Calibur made it over Mortal Kombat 11. But I'm not upset because I really like Sam Show and Showdown, or in Samurai Showdown. So like Samurai Showdown and Soul Calibur.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not really. There's no game here so far that I don't think I will watch besides Dragon Ball Fighter Z, because the meta for Dragon Ball Fighter Z kind of got stagnant. It's a little boring to watch now.
Grand Finals is fun if it's Goichi versus Sonic Fox, but that's it. That's literally it.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm super hyped for Smash Ultimate. I'm super hyped for Tekken 7. Super hyped for that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Champion stuff too.
Bro, that was such a good announcement. I kind of wish they had a 9th tournament still, and they didn't count that as the 9th tournament because it's just an invitational. It would have been cool if that was just like a side event, like it kind of is. But yeah, maybe Mortal Kombat could have gone there, and then there would have been a really good lineup. Because there's no BB tag either.
Oh yeah, BB tag got. I think that but
too much anime.
I think they had 2 anime games last year, didn't they?
They have 2 anime games this year.
Huh? What is the other one?
Grand Blue.
Oh, Grand Blue. Is that anime?
No, man. Okay, I've been playing it all day. It's Street Fighter. It's fucking Street Fighter 2.
Man, what have you been playing it all day? You got a Japanese?
Yeah. I ended up getting
I think I have a Japanese account.
Yeah, you just buy the codes and get the game. It's so fun. I literally have been playing it nonstop since 10 a.m. Like I was pissed we had to do a show because I was in the middle of playing it, man. Yeah.
All right, well,
can you imagine?
Take your check for that.
No,
No, actually, I need to find out if I still have my Japanese account because I know we
It's
made it.
easy to
it for
make one.
something.
It's so easy to make one.
But I had one already.
Oh, you
But
just
I'm
gotta
trying to
find.
figure out if I still have it. I don't remember what I had it for though.
Just find the account info, man. It's somewhere on your computer. Save it in like a notepad file, like I do, you know, so it gets robbed easily.
Oh,
Like a Genesis.
no. Anyway, so all right. So anyway, yeah, man. As I said, I'm pretty hyped for the lineup in itself. I don't really know too much about Unis or Unicler. I'm sure it's just Unis like part 2.
Yeah,
but,
it's not out yet, but it's basically just Super Unis. It's like Super Street Fighter 5 or something.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too well versed in that game either, but I do like watching it. You know, seeing the combos and shit. Obviously, I'll be commentating Smash Ultimate. I'm not sure where I'll be doing. If I'll be in house again, or if I'll be doing top 8 on the actual stream. Who knows? I really like doing both. In-house commentary was lit. Top 8 commentary for the stream was still fun when I did it for all the other years. So
I was so
Tekken
thankful.
7, obviously, I'm gonna be there the whole time. Let's go.
Yeah, Tekken 7 is gonna be hype. I feel like Tekken 7 and Ultimate were like the hypest games of last year. I was so thankful that Smash Ultimate had a top 8 that was godlike because we were at the closing show. Could you imagine if it was like a bunch of snakes and Olimars instead, and we had to close out EVO like that?
Yeah, well, that's that 2 out of 3 stuff coming into play, bro.
I love best 2 of 3. Like I wish we did it more.
Yeah,
but you know,
we're getting it again. Obviously, you know, Mr. Wood has to run 9 different major tournaments at once. 8 different major tournaments and an invitational at once.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sam Show is gonna be nice. Grand Blue, like it's coming out for America in March. So even if you don't get it off the Japanese website, which I don't think I'm gonna do, that's $120 for a game. I'm not sure if I even like
120.
I have to buy it again.
Oh,
if I get it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Buy it again. Yeah. So
okay, that makes sense.
I'm not really sure if I'm feeling it like that. Soul Calibur, I might have to brush up on. And then Sam Show, I'm probably gonna end up commentating at Combo Breaker, so I'm gonna brush up on that as well. Sam Show apparently does not have a lot of commentators, which is kind of weird because I feel like it's one
anyone
of those games that's
could
like really easy to get into. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like it's just all neutral. So if you understand neutral game, and then like go through and understand a few of the characters' intricacies, like you're fine. But like it doesn't have a lot of commentary yet, and it does have decent entrance. So hopefully I get put on for that. I can do some Smash Ultimate, some Tekken 7, and some Sam Show, or just Smash Ultimate and the jump off. I really like doing that as well. And maybe I'll look into some Soul Calibur again. I haven't really been messing around with Soul Calibur as much lately. So
I haven't actually thought about Soul Calibur in a long time. Like
that was why I was surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I saw that announcement like, maybe I'm just ignorant. Maybe there is like a scene that's still heavily active, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know people. I still have friends that play Soul Calibur, so I know that it's active. It's one of those games that like it's not in your face active. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's always talking about Tekken. Everyone's always talking about Soul Calibur, or not Soul Calibur, Smash Ultimate and stuff on my timeline. So to me, like that's always active. MK11, I follow a decent amount of MK11 people too. So I don't know, man.
It's gonna be a side event. I know Mortal Kombat 11 will be a side event at EVO.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's gonna be part of the circuit still because they still have that circuit for the game. So
I mean, I guess they got to get a lot of entrants for that, don't they?
I'm actually not sure. I'm still weirded out, bro. It feels weird that Mortal Kombat's not there. Like the game literally just came out, didn't it? Like a year ago.
Let me look it up.
It was recent.
Yeah, it's been Mortal Kombat. It's been a while. Mortal.
Maybe I'm just exposed to it a lot too, because like I see it at like DreamHack and stuff.
It was April 23rd, 2019. So yeah, it hasn't even been a year yet.
What the? It's younger than Smash.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, big rip. Wow, but it is what it is. So I hope that they just go straight into Mortal Kombat 12 because I don't want to see another Injustice. Injustice 2 was so ass. So
I didn't play it.
Yeah, you dodged a good bullet. That game was trash.
Anyway. What was wrong with it, man?
I think this might just be an NRS thing, but so in Injustice 1 I played Hawk Girl because she had like movement, but like no one else had movement in Injustice 1 until they put Scorpion in. And he was the only person that had a moving teleport hitbox And I was like, why would you put that in the game when everyone else's teleport just kind of repositions them? And so Injustice 2 came out, and you realize that if you're a zoner, you're like in a really good spot. And so they put in that zoner action roll, but that action roll was very punishable too. So like it didn't even work, thus making that character like really, I mean, just making that game just really zone heavy. And I just wasn't about it. It was like Call of Duty in fighting game form.
Hiding behind stuff.
So. Yeah. So but yeah, man, if you guys are gonna watch EVO, that's gonna be the end of July and the beginning of August. I think July 31st is the first day. Should be a great time. I'll be there most likely, like 99% sure that I'll be there. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. A hot topic for like the last 2 weeks. It has been Ally.
We just can't get enough of this guy, huh?
Can't get enough of that guy. You know, he showed up and he's shaking things up for sure. But yeah, Ally went back to his local. You know, and you know, a lot of people are like, "Wow, Montreal," including myself, kind of like surprised that Montreal will bring him back. But I'm not in Montreal, and I really don't care enough to be like, "Wow," you know, make a tweet about it. But yeah, Ally went back to his local, won it, and then he did an interview with EE. It was a very safe interview. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh man, why would you interview a criminal?" Blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But like, it was a very safe interview. He actually never really mentioned. I don't think he ever actually said the word Captain Zach or anything like that. He just said the situation and what's going on, and said he went to therapy, and he said, you know, it's been enough time that he feels like it should blow over. But I think that the thing is, the reason why he can think that is because, yeah, nothing sexual ever happened, right? So, like, in the end of the day, it's basically like, oh, I just had a crush on an underage person, or like me and an underage person emitted feelings for each other. And like, so I guess I can kind of see where he's coming from, but at the same time, like that stuff is gonna go with you forever. He's lucky he didn't have to register as anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like he's actually insanely lucky for everything what transpired. You know, like maybe it did. Like I don't know. It seems to be like a legal gray area because of like where it took place. It was legal in Canada or something. I'm not sure. Regardless, like it was a very sus situation. He got the slap on the wrist. That's how I like to see it. You can't play Smash anymore. But so, and he still is. So just locally.
You can't play Smash. What is that? Internationally. So there will be no more Ally making it on the PGRs and things like that. Which kind of sucks because obviously he was really at the forefront of the Snake metagame. So if you were like really trying to look into some Snake play, with Salem not really playing Snake as much anymore, and with MVD's results being kind of up and down, you kind of don't have another Snake to lean on. You know what I'm saying? So for the Snake players, that's rough. You know, like that you had someone to idolize, I guess, and trying to learn off of, but now you can't learn off him because he's only going to be at his locals, slapping up the same few people. So
yeah, but going back to the interview, I agree that people kind of lost their minds over the interview a bit, like they were just kind of attacking it without even actually listening to it. I thought it was safe. I thought E did a really good job of just targeting the right questions and not trying to pick sides or whatever. The intro was a little much, but once the interview started, it was like, okay,
that was
cool.
A good intro, man. Come on. That was a good intro. I got to give it up for the intro. That was quality acting right there.
Did Korean edit it?
I don't know. I don't know if Korean can actually.
He can. I've talked when I stayed over at his place. He showed me like he used to do like all of Void's videos back in the day. So like
Korean did not edit it. Okay.
Oh, he didn't. Okay, cool.
No. So I think the thing is that like, immoral or not, man, I feel like it's like, and I talked about this the other day, but like basically, it's a maturity thing. You know, I'm not saying that like Captain Zack is super immature and Ally is super mature, but like I in no way do I think I could ever look at a 16-year-old, you know, even if it's legal, you know what I'm saying? Like even maybe I don't know, let's bring it up an age because I'm 2 years over Ally, right? And then so that would make whoever the 16-year-old was now 18. I still couldn't look at an 18-year-old and be like, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, because there's a bunch of experience that they just don't have. And I don't want to be, unless I'm trying to be your dad at the same time, which I'm not trying to be. That's the only way I see stuff like that working out, when you have someone who's significantly younger than you, and you're like trying to make them like a life partner. Like it's that at that point in time, it's like it's a maturity thing. Like, why can't you find someone that you're more attracted to closer to your age? Why can't you know, you're 28, why can't you find someone that's 22, 23 at the very least, instead of going all the way down to people who are still in high school? You graduated high school almost 10 years ago, and this person's still in high school, and you're like, you know what? I might be.
Uh,
So nah,
I'm in the same boat, dude.
That's the bigger thing for me. Like, fucking rules and laws aside, it's a grooming issue, in my opinion. And I think that has withstood the test of time in Smash for way too long. I know way too many stories about like people who are older than the other person that they're talking to by a large margin, and it's still kind of like pursuing it. Like when we were in Brawl days, I was like 20 or whatever. There's this other guy, Zuby, who was like 20, he was dating like this 13-year-old, I think. That was weird.
That's not
there's a bunch of issues. I'm not gonna put everybody on blast. But yeah, there's a bunch of issues that have been going on in my 10 years in the Smash community, and so I, as an adult, feel like I don't say grossed out, but I feel
I'm grossed out.
That's the best word I can think. I feel grossed out.
I'm definitely grossed out.
Want to make that connection with someone who is that much younger than you. I mean, it's not like I don't have younger friends in the Smash community, but like, I mean, I also have younger like female friends in the Smash community. I don't see them in a sexual manner or like in a romantic manner. Like that's not a thing. So.
It's, they always have that phrase where they say like age is just a number, but like there is it's sense of maturity. Like you need to be mature enough. Like if a 25-year-old wants to date a 45-year-old, what the hell ever, I don't care. That's not my business. Go for it. Yeah. But it's the fact,
like, man, that's a little weird. But
it's like, a little weird. But like, I don't see anything like wrong with it. Like there's no grooming involved because the 25-year-old should be an adult at that time. The fact is, when you're below 21, like I know 18 is like the legal age or whatever, but like even then, I feel like you don't really become mature and like can actually think for yourself until like 21. Like I don't know, like so like when you try to like be with someone that's that young, you just, like you said, you become like their father in a way. You see them as like a younger sibling, and it's just kind of, I'm not about that. So yeah, but
I think what I said about that was a long time ago. Was that, well, I didn't say it a long time ago. I've been telling Tori this for a while, but basically I don't think that you really get to your real swing of life until you're 25. Something happens at everybody's age of 25.
Agreed.
There's like a drastic change in you, and between 25 and 26. My drastic change was that I quit my fucking government job because I realized like I was letting other people lead my life, and I didn't like it. So I think once you hit 25, you shouldn't be looking at anyone under 25 because if they hit that change in life and you happen to be the thing that gets replaced, rip. You know what I'm saying? Like big rip.
Yeah, something could happen. I mean, the same thing happened to me. I moved to New York City when I was 25, so that was a drastic change.
Yeah, so it's more or less a moral issue or a law issue. I think it's just a maturity issue that I have a big issue with. But the thing is that I'm interested in hearing, if this ever comes out, is the full story. I keep hearing that. Like every time we keep talking about it, everyone's always like, you guys don't know the full story. Guys don't know the full story.
Then what is the full story?
Yeah.
Well, what is it then? Just tell us.
I need to know. Right now, I mean, it's always going to look really bad for Ally. It's going to look bad for Zach too. All I know is that like people were saying, like from what I got the most of is that like Zach was the one who was like being the aggressor, and even though that like is bad, it's still up to Ally to be like, nah, dude, like you're way too young, and also this is wrong. But I need to know what happened, like outside of like the bracket fixing and the aggression. Is there something else that like put Ally in this position to where he like could not say no? So I don't know. I want to know the full story. I just don't know how I'm gonna get it.
Same.
But I definitely want to know the full story.
Like as of right now, I feel like we have the full story. But no matter what Ally says, until he releases another version of his full story, because he tweeted himself that said that he admitted to the things. So it's just like, okay, like the end. Like what? He admitted.
But like no one else told him that. Like no one else told him. He came out of nowhere with that. So either I think that someone found out and they were going to put him on blast, and so he was kind of forced to come out. But I don't think it was necessarily Zach. Wait, no, I think that was when Mistake was all in the mixing as well. There's a lot. There's a lot going
on.
I definitely want to know the full story.
I do. I'm sure there's some more to it. I don't think it's gonna make Ally look any better, in my opinion. Probably I think it's probably just gonna make other people look worse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I want to know.
But I mean, at the same time, I know there's a decent amount of people who are also upset that Zach is kind of running around for free.
Yeah.
Like, he's still showing up to tournaments and stuff. Like he may not be entering, but he's definitely just money matching, get his money worth like that. And while that, and like no one's really like stepping up to him being like, wow, man, you're a monster or anything like that. They're just kind of like, oh yeah, well, Zach's here. It's a little weird, but whatever. But Ally feels like if he shows up to like a tournament, it's not going to go that way.
No, hell no.
Also, for like, what I'm seeing on Twitter and stuff, I can definitely see that. Like there's a lot of people who I don't feel safe with Ally around, which I think is kind of weird because, like what he did does not mean he's going to do that to everybody, obviously. And I get feeling uneasy around him because like, what is this guy doing here? I know too much about him, but feeling unsafe, that's a little,
yeah.
That's the hard thing.
I think it just comes down to that we got to make an example of it. Like that's just what it is. Like if we let Ally back in, that is like, oh, anyone can go date a underage person, still stay in the Smash scene. Yippee! And then, that's a wrap. So that's like that's the side effect of it. So
our track record is kind of showing that we're not good at this anyway.
Well,
so.
No, I mean
Yeah, the whole thing with the Hyuga and stuff, and then like people that still comes out every now and then with people being like, yeah, well, I think he's paid his time, he should come back. And I'm like, that was even worse.
That was actually worse. I think by law, like I'm shocked he's not in jail. Like, but there were no charges pushed for that, so I think that's probably why. But yeah, the Smash scene, not the greatest at making these calls. But people don't want to go to the cops. They don't want to go to the police because I understand, because then you get mixed up and stuff, and it might take a lot of your time, months even, to try to get something resolved that you kind of just don't even want to deal with anymore, don't want to think about anymore. Yeah. So I get it. I get why it turns to Smash eventually. And then the community makes their 2 cents from behind a computer screen typing away. Yeah. So
that's not, with the code of conduct and all that stuff, like I get what they're trying to do. I just don't think we just don't have like a good enough governing body, I guess, to really make these decisions. Because the thing about governing bodies, obviously, is that like you're always going to make someone upset. But like, it doesn't feel like there is I think there needs to be more transparency when it comes to the code of conduct. Because as of right now, man, like we barely know who's on it. You know what I'm saying? We barely know how they get to the decisions that they make and whatnot. And I'm not saying that the decisions they made have been bad so far. I really haven't had an issue with any of the decisions yet. But also, like, on the flip, I think people need to stop acting like they're entitled to Smash. Like, just because you can't go to a tournament doesn't mean you can't play Smash. You just can't play Smash with us. Like, that's all that
You got
means.
kicked out of the friend group, bro. Like, you're gone.
You know what I mean? You can still go to your locals if they allow you. You can still play online all the time, but you just can't play Smash with us. And, like, that doesn't mean that, like, your life is over. And if your life was solely based off Smash, then you need more to your life. Like, that's...
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you definitely need more to your life than just this Nintendo fighting game that gets no support from Nintendo in the first place.
Bro, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people, like this is their life. Like I've hung out with many a person who literally don't talk about anything except Smash Brothers.
Yep.
And then I don't know, anime, and like that's their entire life. And that's bonkers. Like, I mean, maybe it's because they're young, maybe that's what it is. They haven't experienced life yet, but like, you got to find something else, like besides this. Cause what happens when the game's gone for whatever reason? Like, what do you do? Yeah. When you define yourself by that. But I mean, like I feel like it was a good interview. Toledo, don't back off EE. He did a good job. He was very impartial, and we got some. We EE.
Wait, who needs to back off EE?
The people on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a person, Toledo. I was like,
no, like too long to read.
Wow. Just it's TLDR. What the fuck?
Toledo.
All right, bro.
What? Okay, come on. If you spell it out.
I want you to tweet that out right now, bro.
What,
that's how you say that. Not TLDR. You say Toledo.
Toledo.
I want you to.
Well, what's wrong with that? No, it's like so like if you sound it out, it's all caps TLDR. Toledo. Like it's like imagine like the vowels are gone.
No one has ever said that, man.
Sure they have. I said it.
You made that up, didn't you?
I don't know. I read it and that's what popped into my head.
All right. Well. I'm never saying that again. Weird, definitely weird champ. Thank you. Definitely weird champ right now.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, big shout out to E though. As I said, I wouldn't watch the whole interview. It was very safe. It was almost like a lawyer interview, if anything. I feel like he didn't want to incriminate himself anymore. He was just like, this is what I've been doing. I stopped playing Smash for a while. I went to therapy. I've let the situation kind of die down and think I'm in a better spot. So hopefully he is in a better spot. And I guess we'll find out as time goes on. As I said, Smash may not be in his future endeavors, but as long as he can continue to live life to the fullest and go be you, just do it legally. That's my.
What more could you ask for, dog?
That's my like 2 cents on that.
Someone else brought up that people were upset at EE for doing the interview in the first place to give Ally a platform to give his voice. Yeah. But dude, he has a bigger platform than EE on Twitter. Like, he could have easily come out and did something on his own. He didn't need EE to do that. So like, that's EE just felt the need to try to like bring it out some more. So yeah. I'm just saying, just EE's fine. The interview was fine. Like, people needed to calm down.
Yeah, should have had him on the guest. Maybe I should have had him on as a guest, but he's always like busy. He's probably.
He'll never come on, dude. Now. He will never come on. I'd love to have him.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys. That's all of our topics today, man. Genesis is definitely safe. Shut up. Stop complaining. Be smart. EVO Lineup was godlike, and the EEAlly interview was all right. And for the most part, we'll probably have some other stuff to talk about next week. I know there is no real tournaments coming up for a little bit. I know we have at the end of the month.
Well, Frostbite's coming up, isn't it?
Frostbite, right? Frostbite and Level Up Expo and DreamHack are all coming out in about 2 weeks.
Same weekend. That's wild, dude. Like, is DreamHack? Like, is anyone even going to DreamHack?
I don't know, actually. No, because I'm going to Level Up, so I don't know who's going to DreamHack if anybody's going to DreamHack. But yeah, so same weekend. It's gonna be wild. Kind of sucks because Frostbite probably could have been an S tier if it was the only thing there. But yeah, I'll be at Level Up Expo enjoying some of that Vegas life and getting treated like a star by the Level Up Expo staff, and that's gonna be great. Other than that, I guess I can sneak. Did I talk about Byleth yet?
No, you very briefly.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Byleth right now, I think that after about this much time of playing, I've played Byleth ever since she came out. Every stream I've played so far has just been Byleth. I think that character is still mid-tier, but is on the upper side of the game. I think what makes that character work though is that like you can steal a stock at like 70%, or you could lose a stock off one mistake off stage at like 30%. So like that in itself is a little hard to go around. You don't have really good recovery options outside of how long your tether is, but that can always get sniped out. Range is good. Neutral air is godlike. Everyone keeps falling for the grounded hitbox for some reason. All of your smashes have really good range and power. Up smash has got like, up air has got like. She's got some stuff. Just when it comes to short matchups and secret bad matchup, K Rule, that character shits on you.
What?
Yeah, no, K Rule shits on her, bro. You can't do anything about the top or about the crown. He can just walk. The armor actually goes through a decent amount of your hits. So he can armor through a lot of stuff just by dropping neutral air. And his edge guarding of you is very easy because he's going to make it back anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's K Rule. Like, I'm going to make it back. And if I miss, you can't spike me because that up B thing is covering my head. So it's a secret bad matchup. But it's secret bad matchup. But other than that, I think that, she struggles against all the top tiers still. I think she might have a decent matchup against Lucina maybe. But all the short characters still body you, and that in itself, I feel like when you struggle against top tiers, that's what makes you not good in this game. Like, you can be number 14 but lose all 14 of those matches ahead of you, and everyone will think you're trash. So
yep,
or all 13 of those matches ahead of you, and everyone thinks you're trash. And so like that's kind of where Byleth is at right now. She is definitely on the top 50% side of the game, but I'm not sure exactly where to put them. I'd say between 50 and 30%.
They get messed up by Rushdown.
Yeah, you definitely get messed up by Rushdown.
Yeah.
Wolf was another matchup that I feel like, Wolf's the top tier, so yeah, but I think the character's fun. Definitely my hard secondary now with Wii Fit, but I probably need to get back to playing Wii Fit soon. And then on top of that, my Sheik still slaps.
I'm actually surprised that you're playing Byleth. I'm surprised.
Why?
I don't know. It just didn't seem like a character that you try, or like that you would like.
I was playing Marth for a while, but Marth sucks. So
I think Marth is better than Byleth.
I mean, probably if I can ever hit a tipper, at least Byleb's tipper is like half her fucking lance.
Yeah, that's fair, bro. I can't stand that sweet spot sound effect. I with the spear, I can't stand it. It sounds like a stick hitting you.
The forward air, yeah.
Yeah.
When
you get hit by like a stick, it sounds like a sour spot, and then I explode. Like what?
Oh man, it's like the same way I feel about Lucas's F smash. It just doesn't sound like it's supposed to be that strong, but
yeah.
it is. But anyway, that's my Byleb talk, and that's going to be hard reads, guys. Thank you guys for watching yet again. Austin, you got any final thoughts?
No, we pretty much summarized everything. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, man. All right. Yep. TKbreezy and Austy. We'll be back next week. Make sure you guys hit that follow button if you like what you're seeing here in the channel, here on the live stream or here on the YouTube as well. And then, of course, if you came in a little late and you didn't get to watch the whole thing, it will be up on iTunes and on my YouTube very soon. So definitely check that out a little later. Drop a comment if you did watch. Tell me what you think, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.